Welcome. Welcome to Boss Your Brain and a Business Show. I am your host, Coach Kim, and in this episode, we're going to talk about how to build an audience from scratch for coaches. All right, and so I am going to share how you can build an audience and it can become an asset for your coaching business. I've been able to create a multiple six-figure coaching business from the audience that I decided to build. And so the thing you'll learn is that building an audience, building and growing an audience is a decision. And there are actually three non negotiable decisions you need to make in order to build your business from scratch. So be encouraged. Everyone starts from zero. But as you make these three decisions, the result of these decisions will be an audience that will become an asset for your coaching business, for your offers, for what it is you intend to create. All right. And so here's the thing, since there are many thoughts that could get in the way of building an audience, like I don't like social media, I don't like video, I don't like showing my face or how I sound, right? You don't like being visible. Managing your thoughts is a major factor in audience building. And so be sure to stay to the end because I'm going to tell you how to get access to my exclusive thought management map. And so this is a download, a PDF download that you get to have. If you stay to the end, I'll tell you how to get it. But it's the worksheet that my clients use to get unstuck and manage their mind like a boss so they can create clients and grow their coaching business. And so if you want to truly grow and build an audience that becomes a movement that increases your impact that you can use for your coaching offers, you're going to want to learn how to manage your mind. So stay to the end for that exclusive download, and we are about to jump right in. All right, let's jump right in. Building an audience from scratch for coaches. And so there are three decisions you need to make. You make these decisions and the result, right? You make the decisions and you operate from the decisions, and the result is an audience, right? And so I want to make that clear that building an audience will be a result of actions you take, and these actions will come from decisions you make. Okay, so three non-negotiable decisions. Let's jump right in. I've made them easy for your brain to remember. The first decision you need to make is one person. One person. You want to speak to one person, right? You want to choose this person that you are going to speak to. I know we want to speak to the masses, we want to speak to everyone. But if you're speaking to everyone, you're speaking to no one. So you choose one person. Okay, that's the first decision you need to make. Who is going to be this one person that I'm going to talk to? This not only helps your brain to focus, right? Because if you have one person, then a lot of decisions are made about what you're going to talk about. And so, but it not only helps your brain to focus, but it also will help your audience self identify with you. They will say, oh, she's talking to me. Oh, this is for me. So important. But not only does it help your audience self identify, most importantly, it makes clear who you're not for. And this is key. You don't want your audience just full of people, right, that aren't your person, isn't the person that what you have to say is relevant for. And so a mixed audience, right? People in your audience that are not relevant to what you're called to speak on, a mixed audience will be challenging to monetize. It will be a challenge. So you'll do all of this work. If you don't make this decision to speak to one person, you'll do all the work, show up, do all the things, build this audience, and then you have what I call a diluted audience. And then you'll see where people want to start over, right? Because they have a diluted audience, because it's hard to monetize a diluted audience. Why? Because people have multiple interests. And so I got my start in online business right here, building audiences, learning how to build audiences. So this is my background with building audiences, large audiences, hundreds of thousands around one interest. So I would do the work to build those audiences, and then when I chose to monetize that audience, create a product for that audience, it was very easy. Why? Because I was able to create a product that they all wanted, because it revolved around their interest. And so having a diluted audience is going to be very hard for you to create offers for. So make sure you're speaking to one person. Now, if you're all over the place, right? Like, your offer is going to be very hard to narrow in, and you'll see you have to have multiple offers. Now, this is the last thing I'm going to say about this point of one person. When intentionally building your audience around one one person, not purpose, one person, their interests, you want to make sure you don't do the whole family and friends thing, right? And so it's like, when you're starting at zero, it's like, well, I have my family, I have my friends. Here, share this for me and do all of that. Don't do that, right? So I didn't do the whole family and friends thing in any of the audiences that I built. Why? Because that dilutes my audience. And so you'll hear it. Oh, the only person liking my post was my mom, right? The only person liking my post was my grandma. Now, nothing's wrong with that if they self-identify and if they want to be connected to your audience building. But when you intentionally set out because, well, I need something to kick me off, I need something to start me. So let me just send this out all to my family and at least have somebody on there so I know I'm talking to someone. If you start your audience building that way, you have started it with a diluted audience. You want to be talking to your one person. If no one's there, just set up some fake people to look at, fake some silhouettes or something. But don't do the whole family and friends route. I know that takes away some of our comfort because we want someone there, someone to be cheering us on. But trust me, build your audience around this one person, not on family and friends. All right. Okay. Let's move on. The next decision you need to make is one platform. Okay, this is uncomfortable. I know for some people, the one person is really uncomfortable because we want to be talking to everybody. And now you're saying, Coach Kim, one platform. Yes, one platform. Please, when you're on multiple platforms, you're really spreading yourself too thin. Now we hear, don't put your eggs in one basket. And yeah, I understand that. But you really want to be focused. You want your brain to see audience building is doable. I can do this. When you're on multiple platforms, your brain is like, yeah, this is work. This is a chore. This is hard, right? And so choose one platform to focus on, and you're going to treat that like it's your monetized platform, okay? Now, you may choose to be on other platforms. Yes, go for it, right? Get on one to two others, but they are for repurposing and they are for traffic funneling to your main audience. Okay, but you gotta have that main one so your brain knows this is where we show up, this is where we show out, right? This is where we do what we do here on this platform. Because when you are on multiple platforms, you have to adapt for that platform, right? So let's take this for example, this show here, Boss Your Brain in Business. I am simultaneously live streaming to more than one platform. Now, here's the thing, the setup I have doesn't work for each platform. And so, in my mind, I am intentionally optimizing this whole experience for YouTube. But that doesn't work as well if you are live streaming to Facebook and IG. Why? Because you got people watching and you're going to want to interact with them. But that doesn't work for like YouTube, right? Yes, people do it and they cross promote, but you want to give the platform what the platform wants. Okay, that's a key. Write that down. That's not in my notes. But if you really want to be building this audience, give the platform what the platform wants. And your content has to be native to that platform. What does the platform want? Right? They want to retain viewers. They want you to be engaging. And so you got to work with the platform. So I have a lot to say on that, but choose one. Yes, you can be on others. Use it to funnel traffic to the monetized one. Okay. All right. Now, which one to choose? You're like, which one to choose? Here's the thing. Choose the one that you enjoy showing up to. Why? Because this is going to help you be consistent. Now, here's the thing. Contrary to what experts say, you can build your audience on any platform. Yeah, you can. What matters? Two things, two questions you need to answer. Is your audience there? If they're not there, it defeats the purpose. So you've got to know that, oh, my people are here. The person that I want to talk to, yes, they're on this platform. Second question, do you like showing up there? Those are the two questions you need to answer, because all platforms you can build an audience on. Without answering those two questions, you're going to have a problem. If your people are not there, you're not going to be speaking to them. And if you don't like showing up, you're not going to be consistent. Now, I've built several audiences previously, not previously, currently, right? I have an audience on Clubhouse, right? And here's the thing, I'll hear conversation. Oh, Clubhouse is dead. I'm like, it is. Wow. Well, I'm not dead and I'm showing up on there. So what? My audience is alive. We are alive every day, right? And so, please don't get into what people are saying. Oh, you should be here. No, is your person there? And do you like showing up there? Okay, those are the two things, right? So I've built an audience and thousands of people have come through in this audience, and I've built multiple six figures from this exact audience. I'll have people come now and sign up for my coaching program. And I'll be like, oh, I'm just so interested. How did you hear about me? Oh, I heard you on Clubhouse. I heard you on Clubhouse. Right? And they get into that funnel, that Clubhouse funnel. And then I connected with you on Facebook. And right, actually, I had one recently. She was like, I've been listening to you on Clubhouse for a long time. And then I found you on Facebook, right? She went looking for me. And so when you come to Facebook, you'll see how it's set up where my offers are there, right? They're right there. All right, we've got to move on. One platform. I know it feels constraining, but trust me, as you do this, you find where your people are in a place you love to show up, you can begin to use other platforms as a traffic funnel to that place. All right. The third decision you need to make that will result in building an audience is one perspective. Okay. One person, one platform, one perspective. Easy for your brain to remember. Now, this is very important. You need a topic to focus on with your audience. All right. Like, just think about it. You have certain people, certain influencers or thought leaders that you go to for a certain topic. Okay. And so it makes the job of your brain easier. It's going to be easier to create content when you have this one topic. Now, here is the thing, you have the topic, but you need a perspective about that topic. You need your unique perspective because it's likely that there's also someone else building an audience around your topic of choice, right? There is someone else building. So I'm in mindset. Is there anyone else in mindset? Yeah, everybody and their mama. Right? Even those that mindset is not their thing, is not their jam, they dipping their toes in it. Why? Because it's so necessary, right? It's either going to be uh, a guest speaker about mindset into their programs. They're either going to have it as the first module, but everybody's in mindset, right? And so I have to have my unique perspective. I have to have my unique lens on the topic. This is so important. So, what is your unique lens on your topic? Right? Let's not get into this, oh, this is saturated. It ain't. Right? Yes, I can say it ain't. I can do that. Right? It ain't saturated. Right? You can have a unique lens on your topic. Another question you want to answer, what do you believe differently than others about your topic? Okay. Now, as I said with mindset, mind is mindset. I have a biblical lens about mindset. And then for those that also have a biblical lens about mindset, I have a different one, right? I have it as where it's also not only biblically based, but it's also brain based. And then it's like with my heavenly team, and every time I look at the scriptures, I see the brain, right? And so all of my frameworks are around the brain and the Bible. So I have a unique lens on mindset. And so when I share about my unique perspective, what happens is my audience, the ones that I resonate with, they stick around, right? When I share my unique perspective. If I'm just plain vanilla, they're like, oh, I've already heard this. And their brain is like, let's move on to something else. Now, those that don't resonate with my unique perspective, they don't stick around. And that's okay. Okay. I remember starting my audience, my community on Clubhouse. Day one, I was like, this is what I believe. This is what I teach. This is my unique lens. And what happened? Everyone that resonated with that, they stuck around. And then they brought other people. They're like, you need to get in this room. And you will hear the testimonies to this day. We're at almost 700 rooms now, right? So over 2 years, over 700 rooms, and you'll hear the testimony where people will say, so and so brought me here. They was like, you gotta get in here. You've gotta hear this. And so this is how you build an audience. You have to have your unique perspective. Okay. Now here's the thing. You may think you don't have it. You may think you sound like others in your category. Ask God. Okay, if you feel you don't have it. But I'm going to challenge you. Yes, ask God. And like with me, right? He gave me a dream. Right? I had a dream that shook me to my core for days. And I was like, I knew previously what my unique perspective was, but after the dream, it was like he says, I anoint you in this. I was anointed by him to talk about brain science and the Bible, specifically from him. But even before that, I had chosen what my unique perspective was. And so, yes, ask God, like, what is my unique perspective? But this is what I believe. You likely already have it. You just haven't given voice to it because it's different. And you feel you have to be saying what everyone else is saying. And so you just haven't given yourself permission to voice your unique perspective. But this is how you build your audience. This is how you stand out amongst those that are doing the same thing and talking about the same thing as you. So in order for you to give yourself permission, right? This is a retraining of your brain because the brain is built for survival, is built for safety. And anything different is leaving the pack, is leaving what's familiar, is leaving safety. So when you want to veer out, you want to talk about something different, your brain sees that as a threat. And so we have to manage our thoughts. Okay, so as I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, I want to share with you an exclusive resource. It's called the Thought Management Map. It literally is the worksheet that my clients use to get unstuck and manage their mind like a boss so they can create clients and grow their coaching business. If you know you have thoughts standing in the way of you building an audience, building a movement, I don't like social media. Right? I don't like being visible. I don't like being on video. Then I want to make sure you get this in your hands. The Thought Management Map is going to give you the tools to manage your mind because it's only thoughts that are standing in the way. Okay. So here on the screen is the map and what it looks like. So if you don't know like where to start with mindset, you need this. So to get it, I want you to comment map below. Right? This is going to give you a step by step how to take your thoughts captive, what to do with them when you take them captive. So there are corresponding worksheets to go along with the map. I want you to get this in your hand. This is a tool that my clients use and it is yours for free. Just comment map below. All right, everyone, let's review. You want to build an audience. You want to build a movement, right? You want to increase your impact. Decisions, 3 decisions, which will result in that audience. One person, one platform, one perspective. Okay? I know sometimes we want the step by step and we want the strategy, and nothing's wrong with that. Seek that out, right? You could get some nuggets. But if you have the strategy, maybe you go learn how to grow Facebook group with ads, and you haven't decided your person, your platform, and your unique perspective. You're going to have a diluted audience, right? You're going to have an audience that really doesn't know what you stand for and that they can align with you because you're not making those decisions. And so here's the thing, you will know what to do when you make these decisions. All right, so go forth. Here's the thing, we all start from zero, but as you show up for this one person on this one platform with this one perspective, you will see that you're going to begin to build your audience. All right, thanks for tuning in for this episode of Boss Your Brain and Business. We'll see you in the next one.